Good Friday morning, everybody. So, I'm headed back home. I've been on the road since 4:30 this morning. I went to Houghton Lake. I don't know if any of you know where that's at. I'm in Michigan, and it's got the big, beautiful lake here. If you're in Houghton Lake, stop by Joe's Coney Island. That's actually my new customer. But anyways, so I'm headed now to Gladwin. I want to go to the Amish store. They have a store over there that it's close to date stuff. And, I've been trying to stock up and prep and whatever. And so I'm going to see if there's anything that I can get that can be canned or preserved and get it at a really good discount. So I'm trying not to get too controversial on here, but there's things that need to be said and done. If you could please like, share, and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. I'm up to 15 subscribers. Woohoo! But anyways, I appreciate every one of you. I want to go a little bit more into preserving and to, preparing. I mean, right now you've got the baby formula, and I was watching the news yesterday that said that on the East Coast we could run out of diesel fuel as soon as 2 weeks. And I know people think, well, my car's not a diesel. I'm not worried about it. Well, let me tell you about that. Your car may not be diesel, but the truck that brings all of your gas, oil, your heating fuel, all that's brought by a diesel truck. All of your food is brought by a diesel truck. Even if it's on a train, a lot of those trains are diesel. So, we need to prepare. They say you should always have a week's worth of food. I say, at least 30 days, if not longer. Keep your gas tanks filled up. Wouldn't do us much good. My husband drives 45 minutes one way to work. He'd get about 3 days of work and then he'd be out. If I do local, my gas tank might last, but like right now, half a tank getting up here. Keep your gas tank filled up. Try to keep things that that you're going to need. Canned meats, canned fruits and vegetables. If you haven't canned anything in your life, learn. You can water bath as cheap as, I think it's $30 for a water bather. And jars are hard to come by, and so are lids, but I have a customer that does an online auction service, and he buys out estates. And so I get a lot of my jars used. They work just as good. And then I just have to buy new lids. Like I was telling you, Jack, my neighbor, he cans milk. He's got tons of milk down in his basement that he's canned up. It takes 10 minutes, and it makes it shelf stable. And it lasts for like ever. And then I found out that actually you can can chocolate milk and you can can creamer as well. So, I'm learning more and more stuff that you can can. It's pretty amazing. And with a pressure canner, those are a little bit more expensive. Like I say, I got mine, the first one, at the auction service. And then my big one I bought through Ace Hardware, I think, because it was even cheaper than Amazon. If you guys want to learn how to can certain things, you know what? Put it on the notations here, and I'll look it up. And, if it's something I know how to can, we'll can. I can can beef, turkey. I did a turkey gravy last year for Thanksgiving. We got all those turkeys really cheap. I actually pressure cooked a turkey, and then I took it all off the bones and chopped it up, and then I put turkey gravy with it. And we had turkey gravy with mashed potatoes. And then I had my own homemade cranberry sauce. And I did my own macaroni and cheese. Oh my gosh, you guys. Canned macaroni and cheese that I make is like to die for. It is so good. And it was really good. I can can chicken, pork roast. I've never canned bacon, but I have canned sausage. The bacon, I just put that in the oven and then I bake it, and then I put it in the freezer in a big bag and I pull it out as I need it. Most vegetables you can. I've done pickles and, all the different vegetables. I even did one of those vegetable melodies that you do, like, I don't know, pickles and all different kinds of stuff in it. It is so good. I loved it. I already ate it all. You can your own relish. You can recan ketchup, mustard, relish. The dollar store the other day, a couple weeks ago actually, I got a 10-pound can of relish. The not the sweet relish, but the other one, $1.25. I recanned that. We got, like, I don't know, 12 pints or something like that out of there, and it was $1.25. You cannot buy it at the store that cheap. So you can recan a lot of those big things like that. If you're gardening, there's nothing like fresh canned tomatoes or fresh canned salsa. Oh my goodness. But I've learned to dehydrate. I've learned to use I call the air thing. You suck the air out of it. Food saver. And so anything to prolong your food. What's going on right now, there's a lot of what I would call evil. And I know and God will win, but it might be a little bit tough in between now and then. So I'm asking you, I see a lot of homesteaders and preppers and stuff, and they're kind of warning their people, and I want to do the same thing, because we might not live next door to each other, but we're all one people, and we all have to look out for each other, and we all have to make sure everybody's okay. We may not agree on things with the political, or there may be things that we disagree on, all kinds of stuff. But when the bottom line comes down to it, we're all one people. We're people of the United States of America, and we need to bond together. And together, like the old saying is, together we stand, divided we fall. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to see us fall. And my neighbors and my friends and my family mean the world to me. Now, does that mean that I can feed the world? No, it does not, because A, I don't have that much food. B, I don't have that much time to preserve that stuff. But I can get the word out, and I can teach you. If you want to be taught and you want to learn certain things, you know what? Ask me. And I will go out and get the stuff, and I will show you how to do it. Even if I have to have Jack hold the camera, which you guys do know he's a little bit slower. And so that's why sometimes he makes the weird noise, and he says a lot of, yeah, he's a good guy. He's just on the slower side, but he's got a heart of gold, and he'll do anything for you. And he seriously is just learning how to cook. I've been doing it for 3 months with him. Do I think he remembers everything? No. Do I know he remembers everything? No, he does not. And I print the recipes out for him, or I tell him, that's my recipe, and then I'll write it down for him. Will Lavier cook on his own after we get done? I doubt it. But at least he'll know, and he can cut things up, and he did provide for himself with his canned goods last Sunday. I was quite surprised. So, but we'll bear with him. He's a good guy. But like I say, if there's anything that you want to know how to can or preserve or to dehydrate, this weekend, hopefully I have time, we're going to dehydrate chicken broth. It's getting close to date, and I have a whole bunch of them that somebody gave me, and if you dehydrate it, then you can run it through your little blender, and then you only have to use so many teaspoons and some water, and you can reconstitute it, and it keeps forever, as long as you have it, in a dry, safe spot. So a lot of things like that you can do. This year with my garden, I'm growing a lot of herbs that I'm going to dry and try to make some of my own stuff, and like echinacea and a few things, so that if things really do get bad, we have things for colds and, salves and stuff like that. I'm going to try to make my own. I think it'll be kind of fun, kind of different. If it's too hard, I probably won't do it. But anyway, look out for each other. We can't believe all the crap that's going around, honestly. There's other governments, telling their people, you need to stock up right now. You need to have at least 10 days worth of food. You don't hear our government warning us. If we don't have diesel, the farmers can't get in the fields. If we don't have diesel, the trucks can't get to the stores. Even your Amazon packages will not be delivered if you don't have diesel. You know, my husband and I were talking about it last night. I come from farm country. I live in a city now, but obviously I come from farm country. And the two most disrespected people out there are truck drivers and farmers. And I have trouble with both of them. I have my brother-in-law as a trucker, and my family, my grandfather's side and my dad's side, we're all farmers. My uncles may not have been able to write their names, but by God, they could take care of a cow, a pig, horses. You know, they could, anything on a farm, they could do. You know, I hate when people say things about, you know, how much slower they are, they're this or that. And let me tell you something. The farmer is the heartbeat of this country and every other place. Because without those farmers, you are not going to eat. I don't care if you're a vegetarian or if you're a meat eater. Without that farmer, you are not going to eat. These kids that just say you can buy it at the store, they're full of bananas. Because I guarantee you there's a farmer that's been up since the crack of dawn, and he's been out in that field, or he's been out in those barns, and he's been taking care of everything so that you can eat. And the truckers. Do you know, today, this morning, I seen the sun start to come up. You know, at like 4:45. I went around a curve and I could see it coming up. And, you know, when you're out on the road and it's really dark like that, it's pretty lonely. You know what I mean? Like, I was by myself and it's like still really dark outside, and you're thinking, you know, you're all alone in this world. At that point, you really are. And so you imagine how those truckers feel. They're driving down the highways and byways, and they're all by themselves, and they're going to deliver everything from food to diapers to everything that you possibly need. That roll of tape, it doesn't matter. They're moving it and they're bringing it to you. So the next time you see a farmer or a trucker, thank them. Because without those two, you're not eating. Unless you grow all your own food. Unless you produce all your own animals, you're not eating. So those two people, make sure that you say thank you to them. And the next time you see a farmer and he's sitting there drinking a cup of coffee, and, you know, he's got his bibbed overalls on, and you're thinking, oh my God, he smells like cow poop or whatever. You know what? Buy the man a cup of coffee, because he's been up since way before you even thought about it. And he's been out in the field, and, you know, he's finally taking a break. And some of them don't even do that. I can remember in the mornings that, you know, they'd go down to the barber shop, or they'd go out to the gas station that used to have like a little tiny sit down for all the farmers to get together and have coffee. And they knew exactly what was going on, and they could take care of each other. We've missed that. We've missed that a lot. But you know what? Next time you see them, tell them thank you. Thank you for everything that you do for us. I don't want this to go on too long. Obviously, I've went 13 minutes already. And I try to do short videos, but, you know, look around us and see what's really happening. Don't listen to everything that the government's telling you that, oh, we're great and we're coming out of a recession and we're going to do this and do that. No, we're not. Just like I told you the other day that cheese had raised up $2 in less than a month. If you look at the prices of these foods, so if the worst comes to worst and you start stocking up, you know what? If the, pardon the expression, shit hits the fan, you got food. If it doesn't, you got food that you bought at a hell of a lot less. So let's take care of each other. Let's stock up. Let's try to do what's right. You know, don't always listen to the false things, because sometimes people lie to you. You got to remember, a lot of those government officials, they lied to get into where they are to begin with. I don't care what side you're on. They just wanted to get in and do whatever they wanted to do. And some of them, I truly believe they're evil. And they don't care about us. They care about what their pockets look like and how much money they make. Now, I do prefer one side over the other. And, you know, if you come out and ask me, I'll tell you. But I used to prefer the other side, and not anymore. But anyway, you look at a lot of them, they've made millions and millions and millions of dollars. I don't know how you go in as a president and not be rich, and then you come out rich. Now, if you went in rich and you came out rich, well, I guess that's what happens. But you look at how much a lot of these are worth at $174,000 a year is what they're making. I don't know about you, but I've never made that much money. But, you know, how you can be a multi-millionaire after that, I'm not sure how that works. So I don't think they work on always our best intentions and what's best for us. I listen to that new Tom McDonald song and I'm like, they all hate you. And you know what? They kind of do. And why warn you about what's coming up? Because then you get scared and then you do some research and then you think about what's going on. So you know what, guys? Just keep your ears open. Do what's best for your family. You know what? When you go to Meijer or wherever you go shopping this weekend, get a few extra things. I'm not saying stock up on toilet paper and leave none for anybody else. I'm not saying that at all. But, you know, the things that you know that you're going to need. If you have babies, you know, buy an extra bag of diapers. If you can find formula, buy an extra can of formula. You know, if Kroger's has a buy one, get one free of roast, I don't know if they do this week or not, but if they do, buy that extra roast. If you got to freeze it, can it, dehydrate it, freeze dry it, whatever you got to do. Preserve that food so that, you know what, you can provide for your family. So any questions, anything like that, any suggestions on what I should do videos on, any suggestions on recipes you'd like me to try, or any canning projects you'd like me to do, or dehydrating, or any of that, let me know. Because I really honestly feel like I could offer something. Not sure what, but I'm sure something. And I'd like to be that person that, you know, you can be as honest with me as you care to be on whatever subject it is. And, you know, just leave your comments below, and even if I don't like them, I'll answer it. But thanks for listening, guys. And, you know, please like, share, and subscribe. And let's get my name out there so that, you know, more people are watching. And then when we get more people, maybe I can learn how to do lives so that people can ask questions and stuff like that. But you have a blessed and wonderful Friday. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow or Sunday, and we'll do a little bit of something. You have a wonderful, blessed day. Thanks. Bye.